Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Shusha Girl 87. And Shusha Girl 87 writes to ask what I mean by the term grounding energy. And although Shusha Girl 87 did not indicate any particular vlog that she was asking in reference to, and we've certainly talked about grounding energy in many different circumstances, I rather suspect she's asking in reference to recent vlogs dealing with the issue of poltergeists, in which I've talked about grounding energy as being one of the best ways to deal with this. However, it is something that has relevance across the board. And what do we mean by grounding energy? Well, when we work with energy, we raise energy and we ground energy. We raise it up to use it and direct it, and we ground it out when we're done. And grounding is a very different thing from cleansing energy. When you cleanse energy, you're trying to take out a negative charge and replace it with a positive charge. When you ground it, you're taking the energy down so that it cannot be directed and focused to manifest. And basically all things have energy, and there's kind of a baseline of energy which we might think of almost as being at room temperature. When we ground energy, we're bringing it down to that baseline or a little bit lower, and that makes it very difficult or impossible for anything to manifest through it in a metaphysical sense. When we raise energy, we're raising it specifically so that we can manifest with it. When we lower it, we're basically closing that down. And many things are caused by unbalanced energy. It can make you fatigued, it can make you giddy, it can cause all kinds of weird little side effects. It can also have other things that will happen, like developing poltergeists, which is where there are strange energetic effects, things moving around of their own accord, things disappearing and reappearing. Most often, though not always, but most often this is caused by ungrounded energy. And if you ground that energy, it will cease because it cannot then manifest. Also, certain other kinds of phenomena can be facilitated by a high level of energy, which can be used for a spirit to manifest or other things to happen. If you lower that energy, those things can no longer manifest. And this is why we're always raising energy in ritual to focus and direct it, because it's a very powerful tool, and it allows things to be manifested in a metaphysical manner. And if you don't want that to happen, then you ground the energy, and that is usually a good way of preventing that. And how do we ground energy? Well, the best thing, in my opinion, particularly for someone who is new to the practice, is to clear and release the energy if you're trying to ground yourself. And you do that by just letting the energy run out of you like water, visualize it, imagine it, however you can feel it leaving you. All the excess energy, you're only releasing the excess and let it flow out through your arms and your legs, down through your hands and your feet, returning to the universe to be reused in other ways. And if you wanted to ground a room or an object or anything else, you'd do basically the same thing, except instead of doing it for yourself, you would do it for the room or for the object, and I would recommend using visualization or imagination to do that. There are, of course, other ways. There are specific physical substances that have a grounding energy that can be used. There are certainly ritual ways of doing it, but this is the simplest way, especially if you're new to the practice. Some of the things that have a naturally grounding energy include the metal lead, but you don't really want to be working with that because it can be dangerous. The metal iron is very grounding, and there are various other things that you might use. But I think that if you work with meditation and visualization, you will find those the best techniques to use, and they have a benefit over using any physical substance in that you can call upon them whenever you need them, and you don't need anything outside to do it. So these would be my comments on the subject. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from witchschool.com. Are you looking for the best in pagan and magical education? With more than 12,000 pages, witchschool.com is like having your own personal library with individual learning assistants to help you study. And Witch School's Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere education system is available any place on Earth, anywhere you are and anytime you want it, as long as you have an internet connection. Witch School's lifetime memberships are a great value. They really do last a lifetime. They've been there for years and they'll be there for years to come. So get your membership today at witchschool.com.